여러분 안녕하세요. 저는 한국관광공사 마이스객 팀장 이상우입니다. 이제 곧 시작되는 제21회 코리아 마이스 엑스포는 처음으로 전 세계에 실시간 중계되는 글로벌 행사로 준비하였습니다. 그래서 오늘 본격적인 순서로 들어가기 전에 많은 해외 참가자들 중에 한 분, 미국 뉴욕 마이스 컨설팅 회사 NP 컬렉티브사의 대표 니콜 팩님을 여기로 잠깐 모시고 이야기 나눠보도록 하겠습니다. Hello, Miss Pack. How is it over there?
Hello. 안녕하세요. It is so great here. Thank you for asking. I'm Nicole Peck, and I've spent almost 25 years producing events and meetings and supporting the hospitality and meetings industry. Thank you so much for inviting me to participate in Korea Mike's Expo through this awesome hologram. It is just incredible to be able to use such sophisticated technology to join you all the way from my hometown, New York City.
Oh, it's a pleasure to have you here with us. Could you explain to us what is happening to meetings and events industry there, and what are you expecting to see out here at this year's Korea Mice Expo?
Absolutely. Well, not surprisingly, it has been a horrific year for global meetings and events. And we here in New York are trying to adapt to the abrupt change to our industry and overcome the crisis with the help of smart technology and applications. Korea is world famous for its state-of-the-art information and communications technology, and we watched in admiration as your country tackled COVID-19 using a sophisticated digital tracking system in a methodical and measured way. I was so pleased and a bit surprised to find that meetings and events in Korea are being held actively as usual, while we here in the United States are still sorting out the best ways to do so. My wish is that the Korea Mice Expo, representing people working for the industry all over the world, can provide us with new business opportunities, best practices, and insights. Congratulations on holding the Korea Mice Expo 2020. You are paving the way for people around the globe. You are brave, and you are certainly leaders that the rest of us can look up to. I remain passionate about creating events both in person and online, and I am proud to be an American colleague to all of you as we navigate this exciting future together.
Thank you, Ms. Peck, for your insights into the current situation and words of encouragement for this year's Korea Mice Expo. If you could share one word to describe our industry and one word to describe the emotions you are feeling now, what would it be and why?
Great question, great question. My word would be collaborative. One of the silver linings of this virus has been the collective pause that many of us have had to take. Never before in my career have I seen such a desire to reach across borders and sectors to help and support one another. And my emotion is pride. Pride in the resiliency of the people of our industry, pride in our rapid innovations, and pride for just being able to be here with all of you. I hope that soon we will again take to the air and sea to see one another in person.
Excellent words. I look forward to building a stronger and more resilient mice industry together through international cooperation.
Yes, I agree. And thank you so much for inviting me to your wonderful event with such state-of-the-art system today.
Thank you, Nicole. It was wonderful to have you here with us. Before I let you go, I'd like to say this one thing to you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, thank you so much. We really all have so much to be thankful for this year. I wish you all a wonderful event. Bye.
Bye. 네, 바쁘신 가운데
So I would like to
먼
take this
발걸음
opportunity
해주신
to thank Nicole
먼
for
발걸음이
traveling
맞나요?
a long distance
네, 좀
to be with us today.
헛갈리네요.
I don't know if that would
바쁘신
be the
가운데
right term,
시간을
but I
내어주신
still would like to
니콜
thank
팬님께 다시 한번
Nicole for taking
감사드립니다.
time out of her busy schedule
자,
to be
그럼
with us today.
다음은 코리안 마이스
Next, we
엑스포
would like to
행사
hear
전반에
about an
대한
overview of the
소개입니다.
Korea MICE Expo.
이현서
And for that, I
대리님
would like to
부탁드립니다.
ask Ms. Lee Hyun-seo.
Wow, that was an interview using hologram. Quite interesting indeed. Hello, I am Lee Hyun-seo, Assistant Manager working at Korea Tourism Organization, or KTO. The 21st Korea MICE Expo 2020, participated by some 3,000 people from home and abroad, has selected the theme for this year as driving innovation through challenges. With the COVID-19 pandemic posing a threat to the global MICE industry, this year's expo seeks to make a daring and challenging innovations to help the MICE industry recover from the crisis and move towards a future stronger than before. So this year, we're holding the expo in a hybrid form, combining both on and offline format for the first time in history. Shall we take a look at this year's expo? This expo offers exhibition where various MICE industries are presented, and conference for sharing latest information, knowledge, and opinions with experts, and pitching and showcase where new and emerging MICE technologies are demonstrated, and leading MICE cities of Korea introducing their local brands. And all of these features will be offered online for you. Now, first, let's take a look at the online exhibition pavilion. This is My City Zone. Now you can meet Korea's leading MICE cities and regional convention bureaus. And up here, latest meeting technology providers and venture firms are introduced at a Smart Tech Zone, and all MICE-related services are available from the service zone. And on the right, there's an infra zone displaying various convention facilities. And below, the unique venue zone shows attractive and unique venues selected meticulously by the KTO. Next to that, we have incentive tour zone to provide information on companies with incentive travel packages and programs. And we also have a pitching and showcase zone, an event corner, and here, the KTO lounge. Buyers from home and abroad can organize their business meetings with many exhibitors with convenience and ease. What you need to do is just go to each exhibitor's homepage and click Apply for Meeting, just like this. Business meetings will start from today and be extended for a longer period until December 4. If you have any questions or search for participating exhibitors, you can go to the quick menu on the right for more information. Next, overview for the conference. In the face of a new and challenging and rapidly changing MICE environment, world-renowned experts from home and abroad will talk about the present and the future of the MICE industry through various lectures and discussion sessions. Key lecturers include Executive Vice President Karen Chupka of CES, the world's largest consumer electronics exhibition, and Global Director of Travel at Microsoft, Mr. Eric Bailey, and Sector Lead for Travel and Vertical Search at Google, Ms. Hermione Joy, and the Lead Travel and Transportation of Amazon Web Service Korea, Pang Hiran. And many other experts will be meeting you at this year's conference. You'll be able to meet them on our homepage or YouTube through live streaming, so please be sure to check the conference timetable on our homepage. And I hope this information has been useful for you. We will begin the opening ceremony of our event shortly.
이번 코리아 마이스 엑스포를
Now
주최한
we're going to invite the
문화체육관광부
host of Korea Mice Expo
박양우
2020,
장관님을
Minister
모시겠습니다.
of Culture,
여러분
Sports
큰
and
박수로
Tourism,
맞이해 주시기 바랍니다.
Park Yang-woo, will come up to the stage. Please welcome the minister with a big round of applause.
여러분 안녕하세요.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Park Yang-woo. I'm the Minister for Culture, Sports and Tourism. I know this feels very unfamiliar to most of you. I think that when we think of the MICE industry, the events tend to be face-to-face, but because of COVID-19, we have no choice but to have a very smaller scale pared-down conference, which is why we find it a little bit awkward, but I think that we can identify new possibilities here. The 2020 Korea Mice Expo is celebrating its 21st birthday, and I would like to extend my congratulations to all of you on the opening ceremony. And I'm very pleased to be here with you in this very important, meaningful event. We just had the opportunity to meet with, I think her name was Nicole from New York. And we were able to meet her virtually through a hologram. I know that today's event is also being broadcast live online to various MICE industry stakeholders both here in Korea and abroad, and many audience members. I would like to thank you and extend my warmest words of welcome to all of you. The entire world is suffering because of COVID-19, and obviously this has been a very difficult, challenging year for everyone at the MICE industry. Because of COVID-19, nobody was really able to take to the skies. Incheon is known as the gateway to Korea. The Incheon International Airport at Yeongjongdo Island is pretty much not functioning as it used to. People are no longer traveling, and there are fewer opportunities for us to meet face-to-face and communicate with one another. There were many highly anticipated projects and events for this year, but many of these events and conferences and projects had to be postponed or canceled, and this has led to deepened concerns for all of us involved in this industry. I know that today's expo is held under the theme of driving innovation through challenges. I think that is the English title. I hope that we can all pull our efforts together to overcome COVID-19. I think the title, the theme of this year's conference really represents that. In the case of Korea, we have a very excellent digital base, digital infrastructure, and advanced technologies. Furthermore, Korea has had the experiences of successfully hosting numerous MICE events. So on that basis, I think that if we can be very active in promoting driving innovation through challenges, I do believe that the domestic MICE industry can overcome this crisis and open up a new era, change and progress. The Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism is also facing a big challenge because the tourism industry has been heavily hit, and so has the MICE industry, which is why we have various concerns, and we're trying to think of new ways to help this industry. Recently, we have amended the International Conference Industry Promotion Act, and recently at the cabinet meeting, I also proposed some ideas that we should try to relax some regulations for international conferences. I know that many of these international events, these standards have been relaxed to downscaling the conferences from 100 people to 50 people, and even then from smaller scale. We also have to make use of the digital literacy of the MICE industry, to try to make use of this advanced digital technologies to try to support the industry. However, despite our efforts, I still think that there are numerous challenges ahead of us, and I can tell you that the government is also trying to seek new measures out of this crisis.
이것으로 인해서 우리 마이스 산업뿐만 아니고
Because of
우리 사회와
COVID-19,
이 경제를 지탱하던
we
질서와
are seeing challenges not just in the mice industry, but in the order and the standards that have supported our society and our economy, which is why we are facing what we call the new normal.
이것들이 이제 우리
This is
일상에
going to
들어가는
be
것이죠.
more established in the future, and this is going to be a way of life.
시대에
We're going to see more virtual cultures and this era of digital transformation. Of course, we have been preparing for the digital transformation era, but because of COVID-19, this is going to be more accelerated. However, even if we do live in a digital era, in our world, I think the most important thing is that people should be able to come together and exchange their ideas and knowledge. Even if the world changes and even if all the conditions change, we have to have the opportunity to share our ideas and our knowledge. And I think that that is very important for people to come together, which is why the mice industry has always played that important role as mediator for exchange and communication, which is why going forward, the mice industry will continue to play a very important role in our lives. I think that through this Korea 2020 Korea Mice Expo, we can hopefully present a hopeful blueprint for the mice industry. We are going to officially launch the 2020 Korea Mice Expo. President An Young-bae of Korea Tourism Organization. Thank you very much for your tireless efforts. Min Min-hong, President of the Incheon Tourism Organization. And of course, my high school alum and friend, Park Nam-chun, the mayor of the city of Incheon, who has also worked tirelessly and supported to this cause. I know that we're going to also celebrate the Mice Awards ceremony. I would like to extend my congratulations early on to all of the winners. Even before we came into the venue, we were all complying with strict quarantine measures. I would like to thank the organizers for preparing those measures and also to all of the participants in being very faithful in carrying out the measures. As a digital expo, we want this to be an ideal case example. And with that, I hope that this would really allow for a great leap forward for the domestic mice industry and the international mice industry. With that, I would like to close my opening remarks. Thank you. Next, we would like to hear from An Young-bae, the president of the Korea Tourism Organization, our host of this event, for his official declaration of the opening of today's expo. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is An Young-bae. I'm the president of the Korea Tourism Organization. Thank you so much. This is being held here in Incheon, the Republic of Korea. I would like to take this opportunity to extend my warmest welcome to all of our participants from 30 countries around the world being here with us at Korea Mice Expo. Yes, thank you very much. Let's give them a big round of applause. Okay, they disappeared very quickly. I would especially like to take this opportunity to thank Mr. Park Yang-woo of Culture, Sports and Tourism, Park Nam-chun, Mayor of the city of Incheon, as well as our many different guests, both at home and abroad, who have come here to the opening ceremony despite their busy schedules. We have many participants from around the world who will use this expo as an opportunity to expand business ideas, business opportunities, and also exchange their information, knowledge, and opinions regarding the mice industry. Our international participants will be able to see how attractive and how charming the Korean mice industry has developed itself into using advanced cutting-edge digital technologies and full quarantine and disease control measures. Through this, Korea hopes to contribute to the development of the global mice industry. I'd like to ask you for your continued support and appreciation. With that, I hope for your health and your success. With that, I declare the the official opening of the Korea Mice Expo. Thank you.
이어서 이번 엑스포의 개최 도시
Next, we're going to invite the host city of this year's expo, Mayor of Incheon Metropolitan City, Park Nam-chun. He will deliver his congratulatory speech.
예, 안녕하세요.
Hello, everyone.
반갑습니다.
I'm very pleased to meet you all. Welcome to Korea Mice Expo 2020.
인천 광역시장 강남시.
I am Park Nam-chun, Mayor of Incheon Metropolitan City. I would like to offer my warmest congratulations to you on the hosting of Korea Mice Expo. Korea Mice Expo was postponed multiple times this year due to COVID-19, but we have finally organized this expo as a hybrid event, combining online and offline platforms together. This resounding success would not have been possible without the support and interest of the mice industry and organizations, as well as Minister Park Yang-woo of Culture, Sports and Tourism, as well as President An Young-bae of KTO, and Im Min-ho, and also the president of the Incheon Tourism Organizations and related officials. Every one of you working in the mice industry and organizations, thank you very much. Although this year we were not able to gather the mice businesses and personnel from all around the world at one place, we have nonetheless prepared exhibitions and conferences, as well as a variety of online programs for the participants to experience the charms of Korea, as well as Incheon to the fullest extent possible. This was already explained very well by our assistant manager. I sincerely hope that you can all yield great outcomes during the event and leave all your anxieties and worries behind. The city of Incheon has been doing its best to help the mice industry struggling from the pandemic to recover, such as by expanding the role of Incheon Mice Support Center, as well as operating Incheon Tourism and Mice Forum, and also supporting hybrid mice events. But of course, more can be done. And as you may be very well aware, the annual meetings of the Asian Development Bank, ADB, which had been prepared meticulously by Incheon for the past 2 years, was held in the end as virtual meetings, and leaving much regrets to many businesses and industries involved. However, thanks to our unwavering efforts, the 56th annual meeting of the ADB will be hosted in 2023 again by Incheon. I encourage all of you to please be involved in the process, and we ask for your advice. Moreover, Incheon has introduced the Clean Incheon QR code access authentication system tailored to the mice events for the first time in Korea, with impeccable epidemics control and prevention guidelines in place in order to ensure the safety of mice events. And next year, I will look forward to welcoming all of you in person in Incheon, Korea's closest city to the rest of the world. This is my sincerest hope. Once again, I thank and welcome all of the participants across the globe joining the Korea Mice Expo 2020. Welcome and thank you very much. Wish you the very best of luck and success. Thank you.
다음은 이번 엑스포의 개막을 맞아
Next, we would like to
컨벤션 분야 세계
hear
최대
congratulatory remarks
컨벤션
from James Rees of the ICCA, the largest organization in the conventions industry. Please
Hello from London.
listen
in
to the video
UK.
message.
My name is James Rees, President of ICA, and it's my honour to be able to send these words to you today. I would like to congratulate Park Yang-woo, Minister of the Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism, Park Nam-chun, Mayor of the Incheon Metropolitan City, and An Young-bae, President of the Korea Tourism Organization. I would like to congratulate you all for the organization of this year's Korea Mice Expo 2020. This will be a perfect platform for discussion on ways in which our industry can work together and strive during this pandemic. ICA as an organisation has been a long supporter of the Korea Mice Expo, and through speakers representing ICA, we have been involved in sharing knowledge and helping to grow our industry in the Korean region. In fact, I had the honor of attending the Korean MICE Expo in 2014 when I spoke about the legacy of the London Olympic Games on our city's meetings industry and the future of its growth. Today, the Korea MICE Expo is Korea's premier MICE event, and its aim is to revive the national economy and cooperation within our industry being vital. The Korean MICE Expo 2020 will feature an opportunity for stakeholders to exhibit their products and services, learn from one another, to network, and to have the very highest level of discussions. So once again, I send my sincere congratulations for the organization of this event. It is vital that we continue to host such events and work ways to find our new pathway through this pandemic. Many thanks for the opportunity to speak to you today, and congratulations once again.
当时我一抵达机场啊，他们就非常热烈的欢迎我，让我感到非常的惊喜跟感动。
Al venir a Corea sabía que era totalmente tradicional, pero al llegar aquí, esto es súper moderno, esto es el futuro, está lleno de tecnología por todos lados, la gente es súper amable, una locura.
The convention center was really amazing, and those holograms, unbelievable.
So excited because I was a Korean princess.
Of them, and including 300 here in Hong Kong.
I loved everything about Korea, and the food was so good. Oh, I miss it so much.
Oh, j'ai vraiment envie de retourner en Corée. Mais la prochaine fois, j'emmènerai mon ami qui n'y est jamais allé et qui a vraiment hâte de découvrir tout ce qui s'y trouve.
세계 최대 전자제품 박람회
Now we're going to invite
부사장이
Executive Vice President Karen Chupka of CES, the largest consumer electronics exhibition, will give her keynote presentation on new experiences, extended possibilities. CES is going all digital.
Hello, I'm Karen Chupka, Executive Vice President of CES at the Consumer Technology Association. I'm sorry we can't meet in person, but I'm thrilled to be here digitally with you all for the KME 2020 Expo. I visited Seoul last fall and was lucky to get a first-hand glimpse at how technology has helped to transform Seoul into such a vibrant, smart city. Indeed, South Korea is one of the global leaders in technology, and I'm honored to speak to you today. CTA is a US-based trade association that owns and produces CES, the world's most influential technology event. In case you don't know about CES, or you'd like to relive the excitement from this past January, here's a short video showing some of the highlights.
CES is the largest, the most influential tech show in the world. Let's see what's getting the most buzz.
Here comes the world's first and only full-body, battery-powered exoskeleton.
We're here with our partner Delta Airlines to demonstrate use cases that Delta is going to be using it for in cargo.
We're showcasing some pretty cool concept technologies from the world of robotics.
One is Bali, which is a robotic personal assistant that has the ability to maintain your living space or help you in the living space by connecting to the rest of the devices in your home that are also smart devices like your robot vac.
The biggest feature of this vehicle is the vertical takeoff and landing powered by the electricity only. This is a new concept of technology. So compared to the helicopter, we can reduce the noise dramatically and we can assure the safety.
We're using our food technology platform to fold into different food products across the world, pork, chicken, fish, dairy, eggs, in order to establish our product as the future of the global food system and replace animal agriculture. We have to showcase this in every avenue available in meat choices.
Here it is, the Mercedes-Benz Vision AV-TR. Imagine a car that delivers a completely new experience which combines an inside-out design philosophy with an outside-in approach to connecting passengers and environment.
The latest and greatest in technology is happening here at CES 2020. Follow along on ces.tech for more.
It's so hard to believe that that was less than a year ago. CES is one of the most experiential exhibitions. It's not just seeing, but touching and experiencing the latest innovation in technology. It's where the entire world comes each year to showcase and unveil new technology. So for CES 2021, our challenge is to continue to deliver the same connections and value of CES without actually being able to meet in person. Since the pandemic, we've all experienced a new normal. We've all adopted social distancing and other pandemic protocols. And technology is helping us work, learn, connect, share, and be healthy. And we're using technology more than ever before. We also experienced a total stop in physical events, and our industry quickly adapted to the rise of digital events. Events were already using technology to enhance the attendee and exhibitor experience. We use tools such as digital marketing for promotions and social media to participate and follow events remotely, and even Bluetooth technology to help attendees navigate convention centers. And just as technology helps us all work, learn, and connect during the pandemic, that same innovation is helping us reimagine CES 2021 to help bring together the tech community in a meaningful way. In July, we announced that CES 2021 is going to be all digital. Health concerns made it impossible for us to safely convene attendees in Las Vegas. And faced with the reality of moving to an all-digital show, we took time to reimagine how to connect global exhibitors, customers, thought leaders, and media from around the world. Our focus on an all-digital CES made us realize that there will be many benefits despite all the challenges. For example, CES 2021 is going to reach a wider audience all around the world. It's also going to remove logistical and financial barriers to attendance for general attendees, media, and even our exhibitors. Our goal is to make CES 2021 a unique experience that helps exhibitors connect with existing and new global audiences and customers. And all of our attendees are going to have a front row seat to discover and see the latest technology. As you may have heard, we selected Microsoft as our technology partner for CES to help us provide solutions to enable the all-digital event platform for CES 2021. Our goal with Microsoft's partnership is to offer a highly personalized experience, enabling attendees to explore products and services, and allowing exhibitors to offer dynamic product showcases or live demonstrations and actually have an opportunity to engage with the media. We're going to use our AI technology to serve up relevant content, and attendees will be able to collaborate and make valuable connections around the world. And more importantly, CES attendees will experience the future of technology. They're going to hear from technology innovators. They're going to get a chance to see cutting-edge technologies and the latest product launches. They're going to engage with global brands and even startups. And they're going to have a front row seat to keynotes from tech influencers. Think of this as more of a broadcast experience than a trade show. And of course, we're very excited to welcome back South Korea and give you a front row seat. As a global technology leader, South Korea is home to some of the world's most recognized brands. There's been such a great visions from South Korea. Even last year, bringing the first group of tech startups from Seoul as part of more than 300 exhibiting companies representing the country. South Korea is also consistently ranked as one of the top countries in attendance at CES. Indeed, according to CTA's International Innovation Scorecard, South Korea excels in research and development, drone-related development and testing, and entrepreneurial activity. And to combat the pandemic, South Korea mobilized the use of robots and AI with brands like Samsung and LG Electronics, helping to prevent the spread of COVID-19 virus. And of course, South Korea is a leader in 5G development and deployment. And speaking of 5G, CES is going to feature the latest in 5G innovations, including a keynote from Verizon's Hans Vestberg, who will discuss 5G as the framework of the 21st century. It's the essential tech of the present and the accelerated tech of the future to move our global community forward in areas such as telemedicine, teleeducation, and more. And our other keynoters include AMD and General Motors. AMD's Lisa Su is going to present AMD's vision for the future of research, education, work, entertainment, and gaming, including a portfolio of high-performance computing and graphic solutions. And GM's Mary Barra will share a closer look at GM's transformational strategy to advance mobility for communities around the world. But of course, we're going to miss not being in Las Vegas in person. And despite the incredible technologies that can bring events to life, there's nothing like the value of face-to-face meetings. You just can't replicate the five-sense experience and serendipity of in-person events. Appetite for a physical show is going to be back. People are social beings, and they want to experience the excitement of live events. And a typical executive who attends a physical CES has 33 meetings on average. So that's a very efficient way to conduct businesses all in one place at one time at a live event. But it may take us time to get back to that, and we're very optimistic to be back in Las Vegas for CES 2022. In fact, we've even started selling space for CES 2022, and I'm very excited to say that we have several hundred exhibitors already signed up. But until then, we must reimagine events until we can all get back together. And how are we going to recover for future events? Well, the events industry must pivot and try new strategies. We have to be flexible in what we offer our exhibitors in packages. Our contract terms must be redesigned and tightened, and cancellation terms must be scrutinized. We must work with rather than against disruptive trends, and view this as an opportunity to break free of the past and build future-forward businesses. And many events will incorporate digital components, such as a hybrid model. That's actually going to be our plan for CES 2022. The digital component will continue to be a part of our CES experience. A hybrid event with a global audience participating in the physical event and bringing the digital audience in to help participate in a way that we could have never done that before. And that's really exciting for us as an organization as we look forward to the future. Frankly, we're going to learn a lot after CES 2021, and we're going to take those best practices and apply them moving forward. But we must look outside the traditional trade show world for inspiration on how to really engage audiences on a global scale. And we must think beyond just a live event. In a digital world, people are going to access content even after the event ends. In fact, for CES 2021, attendees and exhibitors are going to have 30 days after the close of the show to still interact, make appointments, and engage. Our content will continue to be available on demand during this time, and all company listings and assets will still be available. We want to make sure that all of the value and connections that people make at a live CES can still be made at digital CES. And we're excited to see you there. I hope you'll visit ces.tech to stay up to date on exciting announcements. And please remember, CES 2021 has new show dates. It's January 11th through 14th. I want to thank you again for spending this time with me, and I hope you will join us in January at CES 2021. And I hope I will get to join you soon at a live event. Thank you.
the global stage for innovation. The world's largest and most influential tech event. This is CES. It's where the whole technology ecosystem comes together. It's where major brands and emerging companies collide. And it's where the world's business leaders and pioneering thinkers challenge the status quo. Business gets done here. Brands are transformed here. Tech changes lives here. Experience the next generation of innovation at CES.
이곳의 수많은 문들, 이 문들은 어디로 연결될까? 누구를 위한 처음이었을까? 새로움은 또 하나의 문화가 되고 발자취는 또 하나의 이야기가 되는 언제부터인가 쉼없이 달려온 이 도시의 숨소리가 말해줄 것이다. 하늘길과 가장 가까워 발길 닿기 쉽고 손길 닿는 곳곳이 생동하는 이 도시에서 옛것과 어우러진 화려함은 무엇을 원하든 만족시킬 것이다. 어떻게 만나게 될지 모르는 신비한 풍경은 처음 느끼는 감동으로 다가오고 곳곳에 자리한 당신을 위한 공간에 머물 때면 왜 이곳을 Always 인천이라고 부르는지 깨닫게 될 것이다. 보라, 지금 여기 이 순간 살아 숨쉬는 이 도시를 시간과 공간을 넘어 당신이 원하는 곳까지 인천에서의 처음은 새로움을 넘어 특별함이 될 것이다. Always Open City 인천.
다음은 마지막 순서로 한국과 세계의 마이스인들의 합동 무대입니다. 국내외 마이스 산업 종사자들이 힘을 합친다면 어떤 어려움도 헤쳐나갈 수 있다는 의미를 담아서 비록 서투르지만 함께
This is meaningful in that if we all come together, we can overcome any difficulties. So though we are not all professional musicians, we do hope you enjoy our special performance, and we have one of Korea's finest singers, Lee Young-hyun, joining us with this performance.
지면 걸음걸음도 살며시 달림이 오시네 밤 달빛에도 참 모여보라 골목 선 담장은 달빛을 반기네 겨울 눈꽃이 오롯이 앉으며 그 포근한 햇빛이 센 바람도 재우니 참 아름다운 많은 꿈이 있는 이 땅에 태어나서 행복한 내가 아니냐 금바다 있고 푸른 하늘 가진 이 땅 위에 사는 나는 행복한 사람 아니냐 강물빛 소리 산낙엽 소리 천지사방의 고분이 즐겁지 않은가 바람꽃 소리 들불 젓는 소리 아픈 청춘도 고우니 마음 즐겁지 않은가 참 아름다운 많은 꿈이 있는 이 땅에 태어나서 행복한 내가 아니냐 금바다 있고 푸른 하늘 가진 이 땅 위에 사는 나는 행복한 사람 아니냐 큰 추위로 견뎌낸 나무의 뿌리가 봄 그리운 마음으로 부르다 부르게 더 부르게 수만 잎을 피워내 한 줄기로 하늘까지 뻗어라 참 아름다운 눈이 있는 이 땅에 태어나서 행복한 내가 아니냐 금바다 있고 푸른 하늘 가진 이 땅 위에 사는 나는 행복한 사람 아니냐 참 아름다운 많은 꿈이
네, 함께 참여해주신 모든 분들께 감사 말씀드립니다.
Thank you very much to all
이것으로
of our
KME
participants
2020 개막식 유튜브
for the
중계는
great
여기에서
performance. With that,
마무리하도록
we would like to
하겠습니다.
conclude the YouTube streaming of the opening ceremony for 2020 KME.